Good afternoon everyone, or good morning, wherever you are. Today I'll just be doing a little post-race commentary around Circuit Spa-Francorchamps on ACC, so Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's my first time doing one of these videos. I like to play racing games in my spare time, the F1 games, ACC, just Assetto Corsa. I have a G502, so just whenever I have a 15-20 minutes I just log on, do a quick race. I'm not that good, but I can get by, I think. So I thought I'd just share this. It's a 15-minute race. I didn't even get to qualify, so I'm starting all the way at the back here. So I'll just really walk you through what I was trying to do in this race. So I'm sitting back here for the start. They can get a lot of chaos going up over, especially side by side at the beginning of an ACC race. So I was starting 24th out of 24 or 25 people here. And I really just don't want to get any damage going forward into this race, because that completely ruins the enjoyment of it, and I feel like I'll have the pace to really make my way through the field. So going down the Camel Straight here for the first time, I'm not really getting off the accelerator early. You usually break it around the 100-meter board. So really backing off, making my way around the outside of the car, or around the outside of the car there on the inside, and really just trying to, again, stay out of trouble for this first lap, get myself through. Hopefully the field will spread out a bit, and then I'll be able to make my way. Looking down the inside of this McLaren here, he moves quite late, so I'm just going to sit behind him. Again, really slow down, just keep myself out of the chaos here, and know that I will have a faster car going on into the future, and I will be able to make this time up. Nearly ran into the back of the McLaren there. He slowed down a lot more than I thought they would, so luckily didn't rear-end them, no damage, no harm done, and here we go into P1 for the first time. Bit wheelie on the rear here. I'm running setup from Jardier, who's an ACC player. He does free setups, he gives them away on his website, so I'd highly recommend go checking out his content and also his website. There's some great setups there, and they definitely help a lot. Having a good setup is incredibly important on ACC, as well as getting your tires into the right temperature, because if they're not, you're just not going to have the grip at all. If they're too cold, you'll just be understeering. Too hot, you'll just be oversteering the entire time. As I get a bit of a slide there going on to the long back straight. So I'm following behind this Porsche here. It's still on the first lap, and I'm really just trying to bide my time. I'm looking to set up a move here, going into the bus stop chicane, taking the corner there fully flat. I had a main blank, forgot the name. And we're going to look down the inside. He's centered though too deep, and he takes out the car ahead. Luckily I've avoided that. Very bad luck to that yellow Porsche there, just getting completely taken out as someone's broken too late. And we've made up 2 more positions here. I'll have the HUD on in future videos going forward if I continue to do this. It's just I wasn't quite really ready to have the HUD set up, so I won't know my exact position, but I ended up finishing around 4th, I think, in the race out of the 24 that started. So it was a decent race going forward. Okay. Lap 2 now, going up Eau Rouge and Radion here. We're quite a bit, or cutting the corner a bit there. There's another position of cars wrecked on the inside. Again, we should be able to catch up to these cars ahead quite quickly. I don't think they had essentially really quick pace. But here we go, braking at around the 100-meter board, really trying to touch the inside curve, running a bit deep. Again, more collisions. I've cut the corner a bit there just to avoid getting taken out, getting any damage. And here's this McLaren from earlier. So we're going to try and set up a move going down into Nonay. Oh, and he just cuts across. I backed out there. Again, didn't want to get any damage. Trying to wait to get on the throttle here so I can get on quite as early as possible. He's, again, braked quite hard, much earlier than I thought he would. So I had to slam on the brakes. Going into Puyon, I like to brake kind of early, probably in comparatively to what most people do, so I can really get the nose hooked into the corner and I don't understeer too wide on the exit. This McLaren I know isn't quite quick, so I'm going to be trying to get a really good run onto him going into the back straight coming up. I like to hook up the inside curb there, and really just helps to rotate the car quite well. Again, following this McLaren, early upshift to eliminate the wheel spin. Brake early, set up this exit, because from this point on it's flat for a solid 30 second, 25 second run. Running a bit wide on the exit. I've still managed to get a decent run on this McLaren. I'm from Australia, so all these servers I'm running about 300 ping, so I like to be a bit more careful, especially with how close I get to the cars ahead. I like to pull out probably a lot earlier than what most other people would. taking a lot of curb on the inside here. I think I'm going to try set up a move to go to the inside, but he sent me around the outside. I've just managed to outbrake him there. I was very happy with that move in the moment. I wasn't even trying to really send it that far around the outside, but he braked kind of early, and I made the move work. Anyway, I brake kind of in the middle of the track here, just because I'm a bit cautious of him sending it up the inside or rear-ending me. It means I don't really get a good run, but I park it on the apex to block his switchback. And we're going back into Eau Rouge and Radeon. In the moment here, I thought I'd be a bit in trouble. I knew I had more pace than him, but I thought he'd be able to get the slipstream on me going up the Camel Straight. But I decided to try and use one of the track cuts just to cut the corner then. But thankfully, I got a good enough run. You can see in the bottom right mirror, he's quite a fair distance back. So he shouldn't be any worry. Again, trying to brake at the 100-meter board, really get this car hooked up onto the inside here. Again, bit deep. I like to get the front left wheels over that inside curb there to help rotate. Keep it in second, early upshift here on the exit, just to help with the throttle control. I'm braking just as we get to the curb. I like to get it into first, try and slowly roll the car around, wait to get on the throttle so you don't have to lift on the exit and lose time. Hook it up on that inside curb there, and we'll be trying to catch the cars ahead here. Okay, through P1 again, nice early. Really get that car hooked up. Probably, I don't think you do want to take inside curb there. It might unsettle the car a bit too much. But I think I should have the speed to catch these cars ahead going forward. Again, because it's only a 15-minute race, I think it's 8 laps. So there wasn't really much time if I got stuck behind any cars to make up a lot of distance. But that's alright. I was just here to have some fun and avoid getting any damage. Now, again, going onto the back straight, you can hold it flat, especially with a good setup like the one that I have. And here, I'm just trying to get myself in a position to close up to the cars ahead so I can make a move going at the end of the Camel Straight, or really anywhere. I'm just trying to close up at this point. But whilst I do play, as I was saying before, I like to play other games. I do play F1 23 a fair bit. I play ACC probably as the main competitive racing game. I don't really play F1 23 that competitively. I just do time trials, etc. We'll see what I do coming up here. I'm looking for a move to try and make him brake a bit later than he would like to, throw him off. I get a good switchback, but I find that the Aston Martin, another free spot there as he gets a bit wobbly on the exit, which is brilliant, perfect what I wanted. I find that the Aston Martin, I have a good pace through the medium speed corners, really sector 2 around Spa. I could catch up a lot, but I struggled coming out of the bus stop and coming out of La Source. It might be the lines I'm taking, but I really found that the Aston that I was using didn't really have that low RPM drive that a bunch of the other cars had that I was fighting against. So I really struggled to make moves going down the Camel Straight. This is much better. I hooked up that inside curb, hooked up this inside curb much better line through the chicane at the top of the hill. And now I'm catching up to this. I'm gonna say McLaren. I think it's the McLaren ahead. Again, I was a bit early, excited on the throttle there, so I've run wide on the exit, and that's really set me offline. But fortunately, the McLaren ahead was also offline for the corner there, and I've got a nice run on him, again, moving down into P1. Brake nice and early, try not to run wide, a bit deep, get on the throttle, a bit eager. That's alright, we're still keeping up with this McLaren quite well. Take a deep breath. At this moment, I'm just trying to find out where this McLaren is most weak and where I can really make my move. I see he's run a bit wide through Pit Path, so I'm getting a nice exit here. Trying to throw him offline by showing my nose on the inside here. I've got the front really hooked up, probably a bit too much wheel spin. Had to downshift again into second. I see he's run very wide on this exit here, so I know I should be in a position to make a move going into the bus stop chicane. Tucking into the slipstream now. Again, I think I lift through. Yeah, slight lift on the exit there. I'm going to try and set up a move for the outside and then switch back to the inside here. Really late on the brakes. Get the front hooked up. Leave him some space on the inside, but he pulls out, and I don't really know what happened to him then. He must have lost the rear. And there, another good move made. And now it's all about chasing down this. I think it might be... Oh, that's way too deep. That is not the line you want to be taking through La Source at all. Do not copy that. But I think it's a Porsche or McLaren in front that I'm trying to chase down here. And I think I do have the pace over him. I'm running maybe around a second a lap quicker in a free air than him at the moment, or him or her. So I'll be looking to really just get some solid laps together. There's only 2 or 3 more laps to go here, really, and be able to put a dent in this gap and maybe make an overtake. Again, braking 100 meter, trying to get the front hooked up, running a bit deep, get those left-hand side tires hooked over that curb, bring the car all the way back to the left-hand side of the track to open up the radius for that right-hander then. Braking just after 100 meters at the start of the curb, running a bit deep, a bit too eager on the brakes there, or not braking enough, a bit too late on the brakes, sorry, is what I should be saying. Shifting down a gear, using the high RPMs on the exit to get good drive out. And again, we go into P1. Braking early, again, hooking up that nice. But whilst we're doing this, so I'd like to do more commentary style videos like this going forward. I do have a bunch of replays saved which I can go through. And usually the races are quite... Well, because I just do random multiplayer lobbies, I just join up when I have some time. They're usually quite interesting. They're not the most equal level of skill, but that's alright. I enjoy them. I usually try and not qualify, start at the back, and make my way through the field like such. It's just good fun. So I'd like to do that. I'd also maybe like to stream some F123 going forward. I usually don't do multiplayer races for F123. I'm usually just running a time trials or just 5-lap races. Again, when I have the time, I could start up a career mode series. It just really depends what you guys want going forward. But yes, I probably take ACC the most competitively. Obviously, there's a new DLC coming out in a day or two. The GT2s and Austria's coming to the game. So I might look to buy that and play around with that. Maybe I'll stream that for a bit. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, as you can see, I am definitely catching up to the car ahead here. We're closing up. I'm not sure how many laps. Again, sorry, I don't have the HUD on. I just can't quite get it working at the moment. But hopefully I should have that fixed for future videos. Whoa, very loose there going through the top of Rouge. I believe this car ahead could be a lapped car. I believe it is a lapped car. Let me... It's definitely a lapped car, yes. So, I encountered this lapped car during the race. Blue flags, as you can see, for the car ahead. I thought I had a really good chance of catching the purple car. I think it's a McLaren. Oh. Yeah. So I really thought I had a good chance. The car, you can see the car ahead's getting blue flags. I thought he moved out of the way ahead for the McLaren ahead of him quite quickly. But then I just got stuck behind him. And here, it was important for me not to lose my cool. It's just, I'm here to have fun. It's an online race. As you can see, I really tried to... I would try to take as much speed to the exit then, so I could try and get him on the inside for Piff Paff here. Didn't work, I was too eager on the throttle. And I just got stuck behind him during this middle sector and lost a bunch of time. But again, it was really important not to lose my cool. Keep my head. Not do something rash and try and send it up the inside or crash into him. But very eager on the throttle there. Then we keep it flat coming out here. Just keeping the front right tyres on that inside curb. But here, I get a good run on the McLaren ahead, the lapped car, which really probably should have let me through by now. I was much quicker. And I decided to go around the outside of Blanchimont. He backs out. I take the line through. And we can chase up after this car ahead. Again, this is the penultimate lap. So we probably won't catch that car now. Braking really late for the bus stop chicane. And this is onto the final lap now. So that lap car has probably cost us any chance of really getting P3 in this race. So I was P4 at this stage. I was chasing down P3. But that's alright. We'll see what we can do. Again, I'm a bit eager. A bit late on the brakes there. Trying to make up that time I lost behind that lap car. So we'll see if we can catch. I don't think we can. But we'll give it our best shot. Again, stuff like that happens in a random just online lobby. You just gotta put up with it. You gotta go into the race expecting that some people won't give way for you. If they got blue flags, they're there to also have a race themselves. It's not the biggest deal in the world, it's just a random race. So you'll live and you'll learn. Anyway, final lap now. Braking, trying to get these, again, those tires hooked up onto that curb. Oh, looking a bit loose. We early upshift to stop the tires from spinning there. Help dull the revs. Nice line. Try and V off this corner a bit is what I like to do. So we go a bit deep on the entrance and get a slower minimum speed, or a lower minimum speed, which allows me to rotate the car a bit more and get on the throttle earlier in comparison to what would happen if I U'd off the corner. And in a lower powered car, lower downforce car, such as, sorry, lower downforce is what I should be saying, such as a GT3 car like this Aston Martin that I'm driving, it's much more effective to try and V off a hairpin corner in comparison to a Formula 1 car, which has a lot more downforce, so you can carry a much higher minimum speed through, and you're not giving away as much time on the exit as you would be in a GT3 car. As you can see, I'm really catching up to this McLaren ahead. I saw him get a bad exit. I try and hook up that inside curb. I just think I'm going to be too far back here to make any type of move into the bus stop chicane. I'm not going to try and send it from this far back. I'm probably a second and a half back at this stage. But you can see I've dropped that McLaren behind much faster than that blue. The car that should have got blue flagged, or was getting blue flagged, didn't move out the way. Braking just after the white line on the ground there. Really hook up the car. As you can see, he ran deep. I hook up. I try and get the exit, but just not quite enough. As he drives away. It was close, but unfortunately we couldn't quite get that McLaren. The lap car definitely cost us in the end, but that's okay. And yeah, so that was just a quick 15-minute race around Spa-Francorchamps. I really enjoy racing ACC. It's such an enjoyable game. The cars are so much fun to drive, and most people are really competitive in it. So if you'd like to see more of this post-race commentary going forward, or I could even live stream some races if you guys would prefer that, please let me know below. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll be releasing some more content soon. Thank you, and bye.